Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. The title of tonight's show is Possibilities. That's what's listed on the website if you've been looking already at starborninstitute.org. And so the possibilities are something that are a precursor to a new moon that we're having next week at 12 degrees of Libra. Keep that in mind, because Libra rules all legal partnerships, such as marriages and business partnerships, and it rules the law and contracts, peace, diplomacy, and compromise as well. And a new moon always means a new beginning, so there may be something like that in your future. And that's because this week the aspects indicate possibilities that you should be on the lookout for. And the possibilities are because of some very harmonious aspects, meaning that you could get a couple of opportunities this week, and they could certainly lead to something better by next week. And the reason why is that a major planet has changed direction. It's now going forward instead of backward, and that is Pluto, which is in Capricorn. Pluto is a planet of deep truth and psychological transformation and change. But when it's in a sturdy earth sign like Capricorn, which is a business sign ruling large government agencies and corporations, it represents powerful people at the top, or people in authority. And it also represents long-term security. So it is connected to your career and to your reputation in the public eye. Well, now that Pluto has gone direct in that sign, that simply means that the facts are in, and someone in a position of authority is probably about to make a decision, I think a favorable one as well, but it will be a decision based on strict policies or rules and regulations that have to be followed, and it will also be connected to people who have a lot of wisdom and experience. And so I think that when that goes through, there are a lot of people that can be subject to wonderful possibilities for advancement, which is good. However, there are 5 planets right now in cardinal signs, all squaring and opposing each other. Uranus is in Aries, and Jupiter is in Cancer. The Sun and Mercury are in Libra, and Pluto is in Capricorn. With half of all the planets in the heavens in harsh aspect to each other, it simply means that arguments could abound. And it can be that a lot of different people have their own opinions or their own ideas about what is right and wrong, and they don't agree with anyone else. So this is not a good time for you to try to convince other people to change their minds. I don't think they're in that mood, but there still are possibilities for happiness and advancement. And the reason why is because today the moon is in Gemini, and it's at 26 degrees, and it is exactly trine Mercury, the ruler of Gemini. But Mercury is now in Libra, and it too is at 26 degrees. They're in perfect trine to each other. And the Sun is also in Libra. So since Gemini rules communication and change and short-term projects and travel and short training courses, there can be somebody who is around right now that can be very open to a great idea and can be quite attracted to someone else who would make a good partner or has some good ideas for compromise and partnership right now. And these people can get together, and that could favorably affect something else in their future, because Gemini and Libra both trine the sign of the future, Aquarius. So that can represent something that just starts in a temporary way for you or in a short-term way, but it could certainly lead to something a lot better, which would be great. Another thing that is representing possibilities right now is a wonderful grand trine in the water signs, and that means that Jupiter is in Cancer, and it is trining a powerful Neptune in Pisces today, and together those two planets are trining Venus and Saturn, which are both still conjunct each other in Scorpio. And that simply means there is the possibility that a former choice of yours, or something that you had wanted before, some wish or dream or desire of yours, may be possible now due to some loyalty from people who sort of step up and give you a lot of moral support. And there could be some delayed money around or benefits that could help you as well. So that represents possibilities. But we still have to remember that there is a really big problem going on, and it's been that way throughout the whole month of September, and it's going to continue for a little while longer. And it is that the planet Mars is in Leo. Leo is a fixed sign ruling leadership, but Mars is an impulsive, impetuous, sometimes reckless and passionate planet. And it can simply be that there can be a leader around now who has quite a large ego, or somebody who's very competitive and really wants to zoom ahead right now, and they can be running into stiff resistance. And that is because Venus and Saturn in Scorpio are trining that Mars in Leo. So there's an element of stability and stubbornness that is running up against somebody who wants to have all their own way, and those two things are not mixing at all. And so what that means is there could be somebody who is not a good lover, who is too passionate or jealous or revengeful, and they could be causing a problem. Or it can simply be that a leader is in trouble right now, and if they are upset or if they've taken a big gamble and they've lost something, they could want to make you pay for it. So you do have to be on your guard right now. All right, what does this idea of possibilities mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, for you, this is simply a time when I think you're going to have to consider a little different possibility than the idea that you have in mind. And the reason why is that Mars, which is trining your sun, is weaker because remember I said it's very harshly aspected right now. And Uranus in your sign is going retrograde or backward, so it too is weak. And yours is a cardinal sign, Aries, and that means there are 5 planets right now. And in cardinal signs, 4 of them are squaring and opposing your sun sign, Aries. And that means you're going to have to make some shifts or some adjustments because not everyone is going to agree with you. The biggest challenge that you may be facing is from a large government agency or someone who's very powerful in a corporation, and it may be a budget problem or some sort of staffing problem or scheduling problem, because now Pluto is direct, and there is going to be a decision made by somebody sort of at the top, and they will be making a decision based on facts and a lot of truth right now, and they may be challenging your plans or your ideas, and so your plans or ideas are subject to change right now, Aries, and I don't think you're going to get any help from very competitive people right now because that's not where the strength is. So I think you're going to have to face the possibility of not getting what you want right now, but you might get part of it. You certainly won't get all of it, and so I think you're going to have to make some adjustments. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, this is simply a time when you're going to have to be really, really careful. And the reason why is that, remember, Mars is in Leo, and it is squaring your sun, Taurus, and Venus and Saturn are opposing your sun. And with that Mars in Leo, it simply means there's trouble around, and it's looking for you, Taurus. And the reason why is that somebody can be really on the warpath, and they can be challenging you, or they could be very competitive. If you're competing for anything, you certainly have some strong competition right now, and that is why you're going to have to decide just how much you want to effort you want to put into something, because it could really wear you out and even subject you to heart problems. And so you have to be really careful. This might be a better time to back off of something Taurus, just to sort of take the stress off your shoulders. And I also think there is the possibility of having to pay out money, not have money come in. Or even if more money comes in your with your immediate expenses, it'll go out just as quickly. And so what I think you're going to have to do, Taurus, is you're going to have to just moderate whatever your plans are right now if you can. Your long-term security is really looking good. And that is because Pluto in Capricorn has gone direct and it is now trining your sun. So any long-term decision is going to work out in your favor, Taurus. So don't give up on anything. I think you're just going through a bumpy patch right now. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, lucky you, the moon is in your sign today. That can certainly put a lot of light on you, Gemini, so you can be seen quite favorably right now. And whatever you're doing right now, Gemini, whatever plans you're making or whatever schedules you're trying to do, they can be meeting with a lot of agreement from nice people that would like to join you in your plans. Or you may be deciding to take a short trip right now, and I think it would work out really well for you. Or if you needed some extra training, that too would be quite compatible and enjoyable, because Mercury, your ruler, and the sun are in Libra, and they are trining the moon in your sign. So there is a harmony of the lights right now, Gemini, and I don't think you can do anything wrong. So if I were you, I would concentrate on joining a group and trying to work on some short-term project that, who knows, if it is successful, which I think it will be, then that could lead to something even better in your future. The reason why I think success is assured, Gemini, is because the moon is at 28 degrees of your sign today, and it is exactly trine Mercury, which is also at 28 degrees, or 26 degrees, I'm sorry. And so when we add digits, add numbers, we add the single digits. 2 plus 6 equal 8. And so with both the moon and Mercury at that same 26 degrees, reducing to 8, 8 is the number of success. And that means you can be very successful right now, not only with a new partner or some sort of collaboration or some sort of extra training, but that probably is going to start small and lead to something much bigger, which you would really like, Gemini. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, this is simply a time, since Jupiter is in your sign, when of course you can be optimistic and you can be certainly looking for the bright side of everything. But yours is a cardinal sign. And remember, I said there are 5 planets in cardinal signs, all squaring and opposing each other. So you do have a lot of distraction in your life right now, Cancer. And that is because there's a lot of buzz going on. There are arguments or there are debates, and people are not willing to change their minds about anything. So I wouldn't waste your breath trying to convince them that you're right about something because they feel they're right instead. However, you certainly are going to be able to enjoy the beauty and the peace and the contentment of a grand trine in water signs. So Jupiter in your sign is trining Neptune in Pisces and Venus and Saturn in Scorpio. And when Jupiter and Venus trine each other, that is a sign of great, tremendous popularity. And so a lot of people like you right now, Cancer. The thing that you need to watch out for is that Pluto is opposing your sun sign, and it has now gone direct in Capricorn, and that means there will be some sort of decision regarding policies or rules and regulations that can be rather strict, and everyone will have to adhere to them, including you, Cancer. Well, you might not like that if it disagrees with what your policies are, but I think you have options, and that is because you do have financial backup around money that's been held a long time that is coming your way. And you also have the ability to make a dream come true. And maybe it's more important to concentrate on a dream right now, Cancer. So you might have the possibility of going in a new direction soon. And I think it would be very enjoyable for you. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, you're the one that could be under stress right now. There could just be a little too much going on in your life, and most of it might be going wrong instead of right. And that's because you're all fired up with ambition, and unfortunately other people are not quite on the same track as you, Leo. And that is because Mars is in your sign and it is squaring Venus and Saturn in Scorpio. And that simply means that if you have been taking a gamble, or you've been pushing too hard, or you have been insisting that your way is the only right way to go, then I think that you may have failed exactly when you wanted to succeed. And the reason why is you may have forgotten how important it is to build a team first before you advance. And you might have lost a few teammates or potential team members. And there are a lot of people that aren't agreeing right now anyway, and that's not your fault, Leo. So this is not a time when people are really getting together very easily, unless it's on something that is short-term or a temporary. And so for right now, I think you're going to have to struggle under a lot of pressure and tension and competition right now, and that can really cost you. That could cause a heart problem, a back problem, or a blood problem. So you too are going to need to know when to back off, and I hope you do that pretty soon, Leo, because things won't be so bad in another month or so. Once Mars leaves your sign and is no longer being squared by Saturn, things will be better for you. It's just that you're going to face the next 2 years without the money that you would like to have. The next 2 years are going to be building years, not profitable years. And so even if you make profit, it won't be much. But after that, after Saturn leaves Scorpio and goes into Sagittarius and trines your sun, you will have spent 2 years guaranteeing security for the rest of your life. And that's why it's worth it to slow down and be careful what you do, Leo, because you really are going to be very successful in 2 years. It's just right now you might be trying to burn the candle at both ends, but it's not doing you any good, and it isn't making you friends either. So you've got to really try to relax if you can. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is simply a time when I think your ship's about to come in, Virgo, and the reason why is because that Pluto in Capricorn, which is now direct, is exactly trining your sun, Virgo. And that simply means if you have just been going along reliably doing your duty and trying to do your best, in other words, living up to your high standards of perfection, then you have been doing a great job. And this is a time when people, particularly people in positions of power, are looking at the track record of people. In other words, what's the truth about a person over a long period of time? And if your track record can exhibit consistent effort and dedication, then it's you that will probably be facing the possibility of a very nice reward or promotion, because I think you are just what people are looking for right now, Virgo, and you've been doing a good job all along. Even though you don't think you're doing enough, other people are quite happy, and so a decision could be made in your favor. No matter what the decision is, you are the one that's going to benefit. Congratulations. Okay, what does it mean to Libra? Well, Libra, this is simply a time when there are a lot of possibilities, and you can feel like you're on the verge of something new, and you are, Libra. Remember, there's a new moon in your sun sign next week. And so today, with Mercury at 26 degrees and the sun in your sign, and they are both trine the moon at 26 degrees of Gemini, you can be having some pretty good ideas. You could be making some nice presentations, or you could be in a position to explain things really well to other people, and they can be quite drawn to you and eager to sort of sign up for whatever you want them to do. So this is a time when even if you are only trying something out a little bit, I would sure go forward with that, Libra, because there is the potential for a lot of success in your future. Remember, Mercury is at the 26th degree, and that reduces to 8, the number of success. So don't be afraid to talk to people about your great ideas, because some of them are going to be successful, and that way your future can be assured. So you have a lot to look forward to. I hope you go out and try something new. All right, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is a time when you can be feeling as if, as if you want to rest, and as if you could be a little bit tired, but you may also be feeling as if there is some sort of important commitment that you need to make, and you're probably very right about that, Scorpio. You can be stressed out because Mars in Leo is squaring Saturn and Venus in your sun sign. And that means that you could be very tired of somebody who is arrogant and has always wanted to have it all their own way and simply won't listen to reason, or somebody who is very competitive and pushy. And I think that you are so tired of that, Scorpio, that you are willing to get rid of that person one way or another, either by you making a change or by you forcing them to make a change. Either way, I think that you're really tired of the stress and the competition, which is fine, because there is a grand trine in water signs right now. Jupiter is trine Venus and Saturn in your sign, and so is Neptune. The three planets, Jupiter and Neptune and Saturn, will stay where they are until the summer of 2014. This is a golden time for people to really come home to who they are and what they love doing and what they're committed to. And they will be taking their family's considerations into account as they make serious decisions. So I think there is the possibility right now of some sort of opportunity coming up that will allow you to take on greater responsibility. And I think it's something that you've done before. And that means you have a good track record already, Scorpio. And so with Pluto going direct, and it is your own sun sign ruler, and it is sextiling the planets in your sun sign, I think that when a decision is made, it will certainly be made in your favor. And you may be even part of the reason why a decision is made, as I think that you will go up and take on more responsibility, whether you're tired or not. I feel that you know you can do it and that the world needs your services. So I wish you the best of luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, things should be going really well for you, because after all, Uranus in Aries is trine your sun, and Mars in Leo is also trining your sun. Those are called malefic planets, though. They may not, there are people around that may not have your best interests in mind, Sagittarius. And I think at this time, something can sort of be canceled or disappear for you. There may be a little disappointment in your life, because just when you thought everything was going to go great, others can let you down. You know, Uranus is retrograde and Mars is being harshly squared. And so I think that, and the moon is in Gemini opposing your sun sign. So I think that someone else has a better idea than you do right now, Sagittarius, or they want to do something in a short way that may not be interesting to you. So I think that something can be put on hold, or it can be canceled or disappear right now. And believe me, even though you may be temporarily disappointed, there's no bad reflection upon your talent, Sagittarius. You can be somewhat the victim of circumstances that are beyond your control right now. And so I think you're just going to have to bide your time and wait for a better day, Sagittarius. You're still going to have a great end to the year, no matter what. What does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, I think you can feel as if you're sort of back in the saddle and you really can go forward. And you're right about that, because Pluto in your sign has now gone direct. It is trining the other two earth signs. It's trining Virgo and it's trining Taurus. There aren't any planets in those signs, but still it's giving support to the other earth signs. And that simply means that you can be much more sure of what you want to do and what direction you want to take in life, based on facts and based on the truth about someone or something. So I think you're going to be able to marshal your forces and go in a direction that is really right for you, Capricorn. And that may involve you taking on more personal responsibility. You could open your own business. You could go to work for someone else at a pretty high management level. Or it can simply be that you decide to make some sort of change in your life that can allow you to move and realign your finances in some way to make your life a little easier. Whatever it is, Capricorn, you are now going to be more in charge of yourself and your life, and you will have the means to do what you want. Maybe not everything, but you're going to be on solid ground based on the truth and the facts about your life now and about your finances. There could be some money that's been delayed for a while that does come your way, Capricorn, and that could give you some additional assurance. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is simply a time when you have to be really careful, but there are definitely possibilities for you, Aquarius. And the reason why is that the moon in Gemini is trining your sun, and the Sun and Mercury in Libra are also trining your sun. So possibilities can open up if you network with others. Contact old friends and make new ones at the same time, because other people will have good ideas that you should listen to right now, Aquarius. And if you want to join up on a short-term project or take a short class or even a short trip, it really would be worth it for you to try that. In a way, you just have to initiate some sort of movement that will get you headed toward a better future right now, and your sign does rule the future. The reason why you've got to make the move is because there are some people or conditions in your life that aren't budging. And if you stick around that, you are just going to wear yourself out and you won't win anything. And that's why you have got to branch out in a new direction. Mars in Leo is opposing your sun, and it is temperamental, stormy, and passionate, and can wear you out. And Venus and Saturn in Scorpio are squaring your sun, and that simply means someone else is hanging on to the money, or it is taking a long time to get to you, or your debts or your bills could be high. And that's another good reason to branch out in a new direction. So think about it, Aquarius, because that new moon in Libra is coming next week, and that will open up an opportunity for you. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is a wonderful time for you to sort of sit back and relax. And the reason why, Pisces, is that there is a Grand Trine in water signs, so there is loving support and popularity available to you, Pisces. In fact, everybody likes you. And there are not a lot of planets in the other mutable signs except the moon in Gemini, which is squaring your sign today. And so that is an indication that someone else is not quite agreeing with you on what short-term plans are, and they could be a little challenging for you. But otherwise, because there is so much dissension around and so many people that are arguing, why don't you just stay out of it, Pisces? You don't need that. And besides, you're just popular all on your own. So this can actually be a time of relaxation from you if you just mind your own business. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, you can see the show anytime you want on our website, starborninstitute.org. Bye.